You know, I always try and come up with some sort of original intro, but I just never know what to say. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of this How to Start a Fitness Brand series, I guess. Part 2, which is how to start your first fitness or dance fitness class. I'm coming from a dance fitness perspective because that's what I do, So, first thing you need to do is decide what area you want to teach in. So for me it was Patchway, Southmead, Filton, somewhere around Bristol. I also taught in Warmley for a little while because my friends live around that area. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but that's another kettle of fish. Number 2, so once you pick the area that you want to be in, you got to get some flyers made. So get your schedule put on the back and put your class on the front. And I'm quite proud of these because I actually made these. I should have paid someone like Kai, so I mentioned him in the last video. I also like to apologise for not saying your brands properly last time, Kai. I do apologise about that. Kai from GMGFX or Designs by Kai or Gabos Media. Check him out, he is probably one of the best graphic designers out there. He's also an award winner. 2017 Mogul Minded Group Honours Award. I would have paid him, but at the time the budget was kind of low. I couldn't afford him to do my flyers, so I learned to do them myself on a free app called Canva. Canva, if you're watching, you should sponsor me because I'm going to be talking about you a lot because I use a lot of your stuff and I quite like your logos and I quite like the makers and I quite like the range of creativity that I can use on there for making flyers and making logos and what have you. Quite proud of these because I made them on Canva and we put my door to door and I sold out my first class, so I'm going to put it down to these and the online promotion because I was sharing the image online in the groups as well on Facebook. So yeah, quite proud of them. So like I say, get some flyers made and get them out there, which is step 3. Step 3, it's time to go out the door over there. It's time to leave the house and go put in some work. So again, once you've chosen the area and you've got your flyers made, just off you go. You go to that area and you go door to door. I'd say get maybe 250 made in your first run and just do the surrounding area of your venue. So wherever you put your venue, maybe draw like a certain distance circle around that venue and put out your flyers. Also go online and promote. There's so many groups out there like selling pages on Facebook and stuff like that, and fitness pages and dance fitness pages and blah 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 blah. There'll be local ones, there'll be global ones, there'll be international ones, there'll be specialist ones. Just check it out, just have a look what's on there and put your flyer image in there and tell them where your class is going to be and tell them what the price is going to be, and trust me, it does work. Sometimes you will get disheartened because you may have 2 people in your first class, or you may have 15, or you may have 30, it all depends. Once all that stuff's done, when you've got the flyers out, it's basically all about going to the venue as often as you can, making some videos inside and outside, and just promote on your first page. I say put in the selling pages, on the fitness pages, on Facebook, on your Instagram as well. Make sure you push heavily on Instagram. Hashtags are really important on Instagram as well, so whatever your company name is, hashtag that on every single post, so eventually people get used to the hashtag, they'll click on it and they can see all of your past images. So yeah, it's a really good hack. Make sure you hashtag whatever your company is. Obviously my hashtag is DWildFitness. So depending on what you're doing, you're probably going to need to buy yourself quite a big speaker. Most fitness classes I imagine will need some sort of audio for music or something like that. So because I do a dance fitness class, I need music, so I need quite a big speaker. I bought this big beast over here. Absolutely horrendous sized speaker here. As did my colleague Becky from DWild Fitness. We both got these. You should see Donna's one. Donna's one is massive. Get yourself a speaker like that, or a handheld one, basically one enough to make your venue loud so you can get your people into it so they can lose themselves in the music. What I find in fitness, when people know the music and can lose themselves by singing or singing in their head or whatever, the fitness just comes to them naturally, almost like a muscle memory or like a second sense. Like they're not even thinking about it, they're thinking about the music and the body is just moving, and I find that is the best way to work out. As you can see, I'm wearing here and the DWild fitness gear. That's what I was going to say. Get you and your instructors into stuff like this. And once you've got a logo, put it on a t-shirt, and you know, get your instructor and your name and whatever put onto it. Have your t-shirts, and if you're going to have merchandise that's similar to what you're wearing, this is the good one here. We put our names on the back for instructors, but students have to have plain ones so they don't get mixed up. I think we would offer students the chance to pay to have the name put on the back, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. I have to double check with the boss. It's also good to just kind of wear it out and about so people start seeing your logo, so people start asking what's it about. So I've been stopped in shops before and I was like, oh, I really like the logo, what is this? And what do you mean Wild D Fitness? And you have to correct them, so it's DWild Fitness. So that's a really good hack. So like, even though you may seem it's a bit confusing, that's a really good hack to correct them and tell them all about the brand, see? And the probably most important step of this is try not to get your hopes up too high, but also don't get massively disheartened if it's really low numbers. So I've been to classes where one person has turned up to one of my classes, and that was heart-wrenching, and then 2 people came, and then 3 people came, and then I lost that class because of Corona, but that's beside the point. Then Corona eased, and I started in Patchway, and I sold out the class. So it just depends on the area, depends on the people, depends on the promotion, and that's pretty much it. Let me tell you something though, if you do sell out a class, you will suddenly panic. I sold out my first class in Patchway. I walked in and literally my heart was... But they've now become my regular clients, and I love all of them, so like, thank you very much for scaring me, ladies, but no, I love them very much. It's been great teaching in Patchway, and I can't wait to continue once this Corona nonsense is all over. I can't wait to go back and do it all over again. Make sure you take plenty of water, and maybe take a friend with you so they can take pictures, maybe do some filming on your phone for you so you've got some evidence of your first class, but also for a bit of moral support, because as Donna will tell you, when she had her first big class in January of 2020, I believe, I think this year, like, she had a small class before Christmas, and when they came back it was a massive sold out class of 40, and Donna had an overwhelming sense of nerves and had to go and take care of that. That's pretty much all the advice I've got for you, really. Just enjoy it. Just make sure you have fun, regardless if it's a small or big class. Remember, this is something you have spent your time and your life, your blood, your sweat, your tears, money, everything you've put into this. Regardless if it's 1 person or 10 people, you're about to show off to somebody what you've been working on. So enjoy it regardless of the size of the class. Thanks for tuning into this. I appreciate some people may not find it that interesting, but I'm just trying to help people get into the industries that I've got into and pass on the knowledge that I've learned going along, because I believe that everybody should have a chance to do things like that. Well, I'm going to go now because I've got a lot to do this evening. I've obviously got to edit this video, and then we've got another video coming out about finding residencies. This one should be a bit more interesting. This is how to get people like myself who are videographers into places like nightclubs and restaurants and sports companies, and getting residencies within them to become the videographer for the whole team, because that's what I did. I mean, I think I've got a certain amount of knowledge I can pass on for that too, and that's what I'd like to do. So hopefully you'll enjoy that video. But until then, my friends, I'm Will Williamson, and you're not.